a bit like strapping yourself into a mobile convection oven for a 90-minute workout, taking a break for an hour or so, and then jumping back into the world's hottest gym for another 90-minute session. For Brad Jones, a mixture of backyard ingenuity and modern sports science has helped create this little cooling device. It's an ordinary thermos with a small motor which pumps icy water onto the driver's face to keep his head cool and eyes clear.
What the system does is gives your face a little bit of a light wash, gets all the salt and all the gunk off your face, and then you just basically forget about it. The water dries very quickly, and you usually don't have a problem with the sweat for another 10 or 15 minutes.
Some drivers prefer the polar vest or cool suit, like this one being worn by our V8 Supercar model, Steve Reed. The system is made here in Australia by Revolution Race Gear and costs around $1,000. The vest has a series of tubular veins running through it. Chilled water is pumped from an esky mounted on the floor up through the suit to keep the body and critical areas like the back of the neck cool.
It's got tubes running up and down all over, just similar to an electric blanket, only the hollow tubes. And the cool water runs from the esky up and down through the tubes, keeping the body cool and forever changing the water, and then back through the whole system. They generally last, the water lasts, we find, around about 40 to 45 minutes.
Most body heat is actually lost through the head, so to prevent a driver from overheating, it's imperative they use a helmet that breathes well. Stephen Johnson has a modified drag racing helmet with a turbo air system.
Induction here from the fan, which is inside the car, blows cool air in there, circulates around the helmet and extracts out the top air, so it's a continual flow. As long as you keep the visor closed, it's not like freezing cold air by any stretch unless you put it through a cooler, but it just keeps the flow going around your head, and it just helps a little bit to keep the brain thinking.
Defending Bathurst champions Greg Murphy and Stephen Richards stick to a rigorous training program in the lead-up to the FAI 1000, and they firmly believe it's the only way to prepare for this gruelling race. The only cooling aid these guys use here is the 260 series air conditioning, 2 windows down at 260 kilometres an hour.